So I want to talk about who have different verses with One Piece with Toporopo versus Straw Hat Pirates, and yeah. So what I said before, I think Husu he's gonna obviously fight Jimbaie, and the interesting thing here is that there's many different speculation whose is his backstory, if he is. So I think is Kakuru, that also was a leader of the Black Cat Pirates. That was a villain long time ago when Monkey D. Luffy recruited Usopp on the island. That can be just because both of them was control over cats. And when I say cats, I mean obviously everything from normal cats to tigers to lions and so on. And so obviously you get, with the time spent, obviously you're going to get upgrade with yourself and the crew. So obviously from the beginning you have much weaker crew probably. And then later on, after Monkey D. Luffy defeat Katakuri, Kuru, and then maybe he was tried to, because he was one of the smartest person in East Blue, so he probably tried to find new members here and there. And after that time, he maybe meet Kaido, and Kaido recruit him. You have to understand that if you want to understand like this, Moria was in equal footing with Kaido in some point in the time. Then Kaido defeat Moria's crew, and everybody get killed. And Moria is much weaker now than Kaido, but it is sometimes between, maybe after the Rock Disabex pirates or before that, after Kaido defeat Moria's crew, when he finds his. So that is also the possibility for Kuro. Kuro was much weaker before, but he maybe find a devil fruit, or maybe he pay for some, he get there from me in some way, and that was he are very lucky for, because you never know if you not read a special book that tells everything about the devil fruit, what the devil fruit have for power. So maybe he gets very lucky, and that devil fruit was the ancient saber-tooth cat devil fruit, and he get that. So after that he had that fruit, he was much stronger, and then he can recruit much better members. And after that, maybe he somewhere see Jinbei when he was warlord. I don't know where and who. And then Kaido maybe recruit him. Kaido say, okay, if not that is the point. Kaido not really recruit the Toporopo. Toporopos is just a hired gun for Kaido. They are not Kaido's members. They are the own person, but they have to serve Kaido in some sense. But they are still their own person. I think it's almost like some similar to, like in history, like to the Varinian guards that are Vikings from different places in Europe or in Russia, that serve the Byzantine emperor because they get payment. Probably that is the same thing for the Toporopos. Maybe Kaido paid them to join his crew, but they are not official member as Queen or King or Jack. Official members, they are just hired guns. For example, also the other reason why the Toporopo actually joined Kaido is also because of the promising, if after they have the resources they are there to capture Yamato together. They also tell maybe how strong Yamato is, but they start to capture her, and they say if they capture her, they gonna get a chance to fight against the All-Stars. And probably if, for example, if Husu defeat Yak, then Husu gonna take his place. Or if Husu or Sasaki or Black Maria defeat King or Queen, they're gonna take their place. And obviously, I think also about that with Oda, that he have already done the All-Stars, but he probably wants more cool characters, and that is the reason why actually he create the Toporopos, because I personally think Who's Who should be better placement and Jack in that position of the All Stars, then you have maybe put Jack down to the top ropers instead. But now it's how it is, because in history, the saber-toothed cat is often more commonly to attack the mammoth, and so on, and this kind of thing. So there is many different speculation. Here is I think the most crazy speculation. I think, my personal opinion, I don't think no speculation is bad, because it's manga, so everything is possible. That one thing is that Arlong and Who's Who have some similar thing with their hair, not exactly, but they have some similarity. And you can change a character very, very much with a mask, that or give him something that he looks like a totally different person. But both of example Who's Who and Arlong have a ring in their ears, and they have some similar with the hair. But I still think it's, for me personally, if I have to choose, I think it's more lean to it that is Kuri. It's the same person as Who's Who, but they can also be Arlong. But this sounds very strange because Arlong is a fish, and Who's Who, but we know that Jack is also a fish person, but he also eats the ancient fruit. That turned him to a mammoth. So everything is possible. You can be, for example, you can be belong to the fish race, and still eat a devil fruit that's totally different from your race, and you get the power. The same for probably that the devil fruit, maybe, for example, if in the Blackbeard Pirates, Vasco the Shot, he's probably also a fish person, and probably some I talked about a long time ago. He probably also used Drunken Fist, and probably that is going to be very cool if we see a new type of martial art in One Piece that is maybe not Fishman Karate, but maybe Fishman Kung Fu. Is different moveset, because I think that should be very cool. So that is just a quick thing that is probably I don't know how many people want, but I think many people want to see Jimbaie versus Vasco the Shot as his final battle, and probably Jimbaie gonna get killed or die after the battle, similar to the similar fight, for example, when in Cruising Tiger Hit the Dragon, when the monk fight against the witch, or when Boromir fight against Orokais. Like a very honorable death, but he still defeat the opponent, because I don't think everything can happen in One Piece. Everything can happen. Oda decide, if Oda say Jimbaie have to die in this next chapter, Jimbaie will die. So everything is possible, but I think it's a bit waste of time if you kill Jimbaie now. If Who's Who gonna kill Jimbaie, who will fight against Vasco the Shot? Because you have to, almost like Katarina Devon probably gonna fight against Nicole Robin or Yamato. But if you go back to Wano, so I already say in my video, I think Yamato gonna fight against Sasaki. For many different reasons, because I think both of them have, for example, Yamato is Sasaki. His devil fruit is the Ceratops, and Ceratops is one of the most armored clad dinosaur that ever existed. I don't say that is one of the most, not number one, but one of the most. And Yamato weapon is the Kinabo, and obviously in reality a Kinabo is made of special wood with some iron things on it, and there's a different version for different time period, and obviously it's huge differences with samurai armor and dinosaur armor. It's obviously, but this is, now we talk about manga, it's not reality. So obviously Yamato person probably can do armor and hockey around the Kinabo to make it more powerful, and that she can use against Sasaki. She also know different like Divine Thunder. So she can knock down a dinosaur with one hit, but she don't kill them, but she knocked down one of the Toporopos. But the same time, that Toporopo was not prepared for that attack. So it's also a difference if you are not prepared that somebody gonna throw a fist at you. You're gonna be knocked down more easier if you are prepared for the fist to come full force into the face. But I think that is a possibility. And as I said before, the Odin always will decide. But this is just my speculation that battle will happen. Because it should be very cool to see Yamato versus Sasaki. And then we have obviously Nicole Robin, and Nicole Robin really deserve a fight, a good opponent, and that I think is the perfect opponent to Nicole Robin is Black Maria, because I think Nicole Robin is extremely smart. She is the one of the two. She's now the only person official of Destroy Pirate, because Yamato is not yet recruited to Destroy Pirate. So she is the official right now that can read the poneglyph. But I still think, even if you can read, even if you can do the maps, I still think you deserve a fight here and there. So I really think Nicole Robin deserves a fight against Black Maria, and I really want to see that fight, because one can have an ancient Suan spider fruit, and the other one that have the fruit that can multiply their limbs. And I also want to see Nicole Robin with armament hockey, because nowadays I feel like lots of the female characters in One Piece, especially Nami and Nicole Robin, have a very sweet tooth left field to them. They don't really have. I think it's much better to see them more like a warriors, like intellect people or warriors, than just see them as some kind of trophy wives. Because that I really want to see. I want to see something different with them, and so that is my really hope for. The most thing I want to see, obviously, is Jimbaie versus Husu, as similar to the fight when they do in Ronanara Kensei, when the Mad Monk versus one of the Ronan Kensei's friends. I don't remember his name, and the other one is the police officer that versus the other person of the bad guys in that chapter in Ronan Kensei, the guy with the turtle shield and a spear with a club on it. The guy that is blind, that have some kind of many eyes around his bandage. This kind of battle I want to see, like a classical one-on-one fight. I think a really strong enemy versus a person that can defeat a strong enemy, but with lots of difficulty to defeat it. I think that is really deserving. When you defeat somebody that's almost 10 times stronger than you, and you in the end you defeat it with your sheer example that fight with exactly that fight with Katakuri and Monkey D. Luffy. That was this kind of fight I want to see with Jinbaie versus Who's Who, and Yamato versus Sasaki, and Black Maria versus Nicole Robin, and other then we have Nami, Usopp, and Frankie versus these three, and obviously Carrot versus together versus the two other remaining of the other two Toporopos. And then we have Law and Drake probably gonna fight this three, Law and Drake and Sanjit, these three together versus Queen. And we have Zoro, Monkey D. Luffy. And probably gonna fight against Zoro. But there is always the problem for me. Comes here right now is the problem for me. There's always gonna the pin in the wheel is that Big Mom. Even if everybody hates Big Mom, even if Big Mom looks like a joke, she's still a Jonko. She's still super powerful. You cannot turn your back against Big Mom and suspect nothing. So we still have an extremely powerful person that is left. So, and if I'm just gonna say a quick thing, I think maybe that probably will not happen at all, but that maybe the little girl, so they can take Kenneth from her body, will somehow take control over Big Mom. I don't think that will happen. Just quick thing, because Big Mom is the most. I think that thing is the problem with it all is Big Mom. I think we don't really need Big Mom on the island. I don't say that it's just because we have so many powerful characters already on the island. So I think it's gonna be too much. It's gonna be too much. We have then how are we gonna have the time? For example, we have Kaido's backstory still to tell that we deserve to know, and there's so many characters on the island. So how are we gonna have the time? I don't know. It's lots of things that I don't know how we're gonna have time. And then after that you have the Blackbeard Pirates, the next arc, or the Reverie. What happened to the Warlord of the Sea? With the work of who is Semper Green Bull? So we have lots of things we are not. The only thing I'm afraid about is that we're gonna have the same fate with Bleach, similar to Bleach, with the Zero Division. That we have lots of the really cool characters, but we never get a chance to explore them more, and that I'm afraid about will happen with Kaido or some other very, very important characters later on in One Piece. So I really, really hope that they do something they maybe somehow defeat Big Mom quickly and then have more time with Kaido's backstory and more time for each Toporopo's fight and obviously the All-Stars fight. Because we already know we already see Big Mom in the Cake Island. So I really, really hope that Kaido, the Toporopos, and the All Stars is the center of the story right now, and that is the most important thing. That's what I really most of all hope for to see. So I really, really look forward to the chapter. I really hope the chapter 999, and I really hope that we will see a fight. And then obviously chapter 1000 will have to be a spectacular chapter, because that is very few mangas that come so long with that high number of a chapter. So that's going to be amazing, and it's so cool to see a thing like One Piece, all the way from when Monkey D. Luffy first time eat the gum fruit, all the way right now. It's so many stories, and so long. They have been so long journey with different adventure, and I think it's amazing. It's amazing that a creator can do this big thing for a story, and it's not. You have to understand. It's very few people in the world that have make a story that impactful in our time. It's so few people, and like we have Narnia, we have Lord of the Ring, we have Game of Thrones. We have so many stories, but I think Lord of the Ring and One Piece is more together, is similar than, I think it's more impactful than, for example, Marvel or DC Comics. I think Marvel DC Comics, the only comic I can say in DC is the Metal Universe with the Batman Who Laughs. But it's still not the same comparison with One Piece, because One Piece is a whole universe of different places. It's much more. It's a different thing. It's very much a different thing in lots of sense, and it's much more. I think much more thinking in One Piece. It's much more you think. It's much more have a reason in some sense. I don't say that what I say do not mean that I have anything against DC or Marvel. I just say I think some mangas, like old school mangas, are more to real books than like comics are. So okay, some of the comics, like obviously Death of Superman, when Superman fight against Doomsday, the laughing joke with the story with Batman and Joker, and this kind of thing is very impactful. Yeah, that is everything I really want to say in this video. Okay.